everybody. Sorry if there was a slight delay there. I'm Helena, I'm from Scratch Magazine, and I'm joined today by the lovely Layla Tourh of Beauty Boss HQ. So welcome, Layla.
Hello, lovely.
And basically, Layla's come on to tell us about this new app that loads of people seem to be talking about and that we don't know too much about yet. So, Layla, it's called Clubhouse, and it's invite only, it's quite exclusive. What is it?
Right, okay, to put it simply, it's an audio app. So before we all, as beauty professionals, before we all go freaking out and go, oh my God, not another app to learn, not another app that I've got to start showing up on. It's totally unique to any other of the apps that we're currently on. It's an audio app. So it's very simple, which gives us less techie girls a big tick. It's using the microphone of our mobile. At the moment, it's only set up to be working, it only works on iPhones at the moment because it's still in its beta stage. It's still very, very new and early in its development. But very simply, it's an audio app where we can enter different rooms and either listen in on someone's conversation or participate in a conversation. And that's it. It's bloody genius, actually, I think.
So how can you invited me last night? I'm very new to it, so I'm still getting to grips with it. Now I've got that exclusive invite. I was then able to invite 2 other people. So how can people then get involved, and what does it mean when you go into the app?
Okay, so I called it earlier because I was actually on the app earlier. I hosted my own room for the first time, my first room, and I called it a worldwide keychain, because that's exactly what it is. If you look at the bio, which is the one page we get, so going back to that simple platform, none of this singing and dancing and all the things we've got to do with all the other apps. This is, we get one page each, essentially, to put our information on about us and our business and what we do, so on and so forth. And then at the bottom of that, it will show you who's invited you. Like you said, on yours, you'll see at the bottom, you were invited by me. And then if you go to mine, you'll see who's invited by who invited me on, and so on and so forth. And you can connect to people all around the world through this worldwide keychain. So it's really, really exclusive in that way. It's invite only, strictly invite only. And, you know, who knows how it's going to go? Nobody really knows. It's so new, its development. At the moment, you can't just opt in. You can't just register and then log in. You have to get this golden ticket that everybody's calling it. They're calling it the golden ticket, a little bit like Willy Wonka. So, and then the more you are engaging, the more you're showing up, the more invitations you get. And also, very interestingly, the algorithm already is very clever in the way that it looks at your followers. And if they think that your caliber of followers are of decent people, in a sense that they regularly show up, they regularly hold value, you are rewarded by the app with extra invitations. Brilliant. So it's very clever. Yeah.
So it's that nice chain of events that keeps people talking, keeps you networking. In a time like this where we can't go out and see people face to face, we are relying on social media so much more. And we all love a Facebook group and we love commenting, but I guess it's nice to kind of get answers a little bit more instantaneously and have almost like a bit of a debate, I guess, through this app. The verbal side of it might be more appealing to people than the texty side.
Yeah, definitely. I've called it as like showing up with your authentic voice, because there's no time to like something like you would book group thread, then go and edit it and then go and add to it and all that kind of stuff. It's just out there. Once you've said it, everyone in the room's heard it if you're a talker in the room.
So it means you can't take it back.
Exactly, you can't take it back. You don't have to show up all polished. And, you know, again, with some of these platforms, will hold amazing but very different. So with Instagram, say, it's all about keeping up with the appearances, you know, and looking a certain way. And where with this app, it's just your voice. You just come with your value, really. Like I say, if you're going to be the talker, or if you're going to be giving help and value to somebody, or you don't have to talk. You want to eavesdrop into a conversation and just enter a room quietly and just kind of be there in the background and listen to what everyone's having to say on a particular topic. You can be that person too, so a lot less judgmental.
Yeah, I guess it's a lot less intimidating for people who want to learn and want to be part of a community, but maybe a little bit afraid from, you know, the keyboard people that are out there, or saying too much. It's nice to kind of be informed and listen from that respect. But so once you're inside the app, I found that the first couple of things it started to get me to do was to fill in my profile. So fill in your picture. It asks you to use your real name where possible. And then so that it keeps up that authenticity that you were talking about. And then it asked me for my interests. So, you know, things like beauty, wellness, food, drink, that kind of thing. So I selected all of those. Then it got me to like a news feed. And that news feed just showed some recommended groups and recommended people to follow. And then you can start following those groups and start following those people. And one of those is obviously your group, Beauty Boss HQ. And then, so I got that far. Then I've got some notifications that there's some structured, I guess, chats happening. So you did one this morning, I think. So is that pretty much how it works? You can schedule your own chat and jump in.
That's the long and short of it. So they're called rooms. Right. So what you were in there, Helena, you were in the halls. Right. And you were looking at all the different rooms, and then you get to decide what rooms you want to enter and what rooms you want to leave. And it's really, really clever like that, because going back to your interests that you would have put on your bio when you were ticking wellness and travel and entertainment, that's telling the algorithm the typical rooms that will be of interest to you, and they will automatically start populating, showing up. So you can enter those rooms, and then if you want to join in on the conversation, again, going back to the app and its features, very, very simple features. There's no emojis and, you know, love hearts and all the things that we get with Facebook and things. You literally have a very, very limited amount of icons to play with. One is the hand raise emoji. So if you want to talk, if you want to bring something to the virtual table, as it were, then you would just raise your hand, and then the moderator of the room, who's generally the person who started the room, they can bring you up to what they're calling the stage. Right. So they'll bring you up to the stage, and then you will either, you know, you'll have your say, or you'll participate in the conversation, and then you'll either remain in the stage, move back to the room with everybody else. Fantastic. That's it. Okay. And those rooms, is the content saved afterwards? Can you refer back to it, or is it all live? You jump in as it's happening? Yeah, it's all live. And yeah, it's not saved anywhere. You can't go back to it once a room is ended. It's ended. But for me, who has just had and hosted my first room today, if you go to your bio, everyone's got the stitches, of course. You can go to the little calendar icon, and you can start scheduling your own rooms with their own topics. So for me, 23 years in the beauty industry, I'm not going to go on there and host a room and talk about food or you know, films, something. It's going to be very specific to our industry. I'm really there at the very beginning stages, just to help, really. I mean, we're all on our third lockdown. We're all not working in our business. So if I can help people work on their business, I go up and show some value in some of the rooms from time to time. Brilliant. And I think it's also going to be great for people that are a little bit intimidated about being on camera as well. Obviously, everyone is doing Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives at the moment, whether that's for nail tutorials or for, you know, general knowledge and general sort of debate and to help each other throughout this period. But it might sort of open things up to people that are a little bit intimidated and scared about being on camera, and find it all a little bit like, oh, or people that just don't want to put their makeup on that day, or, you know, don't want to brush their hair and want to stay in their trackies. They can jump on this app and just be like, look, had loads of questions about X. Let's just I'm going to open a room in 5 minutes. Here we go. Does that seem like the kind of thing it's going to be appropriate for? That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And again, just going back to you saying then about the appearances and having to put makeup on, or having to spend the time to sit there, type an essay, which we see in some of the groups on Facebook. I've had a bath. I've been in a room listening in on someone's nation. I've been in the bath. There's been the one time I had my phone on the side and I was in the onions and I was listening. We're all learning. It doesn't really matter where you're at in your own career. Where you're at, where you sit in the place, specifically for our industry, there's still always something to learn. And that's what I really like about it. I'm an ex-salon owner. I think you know that. I haven't had a salon in years and years, yet I love listening in on the conversations from, you know, listen to salon owner talking about a struggle they're having or something good in there. Takes me back to when I had my salon. It's really nice. It's like going down memory lane. So it's not just about going and talking. In fact, it's the perfect platform for the introverts, because you can be an introvert and still run a successful beauty salon. And this is really where they're going to build networks, and where they're going to really find the value, because I definitely see it as a business to business platform. There was a conversation happening in a nail room topic. And one of the ladies in the room was saying that she was thinking about starting a room and getting all of her clients onto the app. And I raised my hand and I chimed in, and I said, there's no right or wrong, or there's no yes or no, or no one's an expert at this stage. It's such a new platform and we're all learning together. It's just still so new in its early developments, and obviously there's going to be new things coming through, you know, features as it develops. But I had my say on it and my opinion, whether it was the right or wrong. I just gave my opinion and said, I don't personally see Clubhouse as the network with or to grow clients. I don't see it as use my time more to create videos. And she was talking about maybe talking her clients through a removal for nails. And I said, would that not be best delivered with a video, with an actual demonstration? So again, it's knowing where to place your time. But I definitely think the app is a business to business. I definitely think nail pros and nail salon owners will find value just connecting with other owners, really.
And just maybe hashing things out quite quickly, as opposed to having to follow lots of threads and feeds, where I guess is slightly different on Facebook. If you want kind of maybe quick answers or just want to hash out or debate a topic, then it seems like a really good thing for that. And we've had a lovely comment from Sue Davis of the FMP, fellow salon owner as well, who said she's had some lovely conversations with you in the last few days. But it's great that you can join people like that in rooms and have those topics. So just for those
it's like Sue, for example. Sue and I, as a prime example, we've never connected like that before. Of course, we see each other in the same groups. We've got a gazillion mutual friends. But with Facebook, you know, you've got friends on there that aren't even your friends, and you've got people on there that you don't even know, and it just does that. Whereas with this app, you've got a real chance to hear each other's voice and connect at a really nice level. And me and Sue had a lovely chat yesterday. So
brilliant stuff. So it's just a case of finding or begging people who have got it for an invite is probably the next mission. So
I actually wrote a blog on this, not a big thing, just a few paragraphs about, I kind of connected it back to the days when you would get into a nightclub and you would see someone in the VIP queue, and then they would go and have a little word with the bouncer, and next thing, come on, and you'd be like scurry into the front like, yes, I'm in. It's literally like that, but obviously not a real nightclub with real music and DJs. Oh my God, I would love to be in one of those right now. I think we're all missing that.
Absolutely.
But it's kind of that same feeling of, oh, I want to be in that club. I want to be in there with those people. And then you get this one opportunity, this ticket, this VIP ticket, and then you're in. So,
brilliant. So it's a case of maybe bribing a few people out there to get an invite into Clubhouse. And like you said, it's in its early stages. But like me, if I only got introduced to it via you last night, I think it's a case of just sort of getting into the club and then just browsing around, seeing what you're kind of interested in, joining a couple of rooms, and then just having a play with it, maybe listening first, joining later. And as Sue has just said, there are DJ rooms, so you never know, it could become the next virtual clubbing.
Oh my God, hook me up, Sue, I'm in there, ping me in there. You can ping people into rooms.
Fantastic. And again, don't need to put any makeup or do my hair, so fantastic. I'm sold. A great business to business tool, and thank you so much, Layla, for giving us the insight into that. And yes, if you do make it into the club, follow or join the Beauty Boss HQ room. So I know you've got some sort of lovely ideas and seminars surely that are coming up.
Well, in the Facebook group, the Beauty Boss community, we kickstarted a keychain of our own. So we were very strict with it. I even went on and did a video, and I was very, there with the rules. I was like, if you want to win, I'm going to start a keychain. But the one thing you must promise me is that your one invitation, you must hand down to a fellow beauty professional.
Yeah.
So we've got just over 200 professionals onto the platform that may have to have waited some months down the line, or just waited for a different way of getting into the club. So I'm really, really happy that we've now built this big community of, nail and beauty professionals on the platform now, meeting each other in these rooms, connecting with each other, learning from each other during this lockdown. I mean, how much more Facebook can you have with a third lockdown, So this has come at the perfect timing for our third lockdown. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Definitely, and nice to hear people's voices as well.
Yes, definitely. And actually just putting voices to faces, that for me was like, oh my God, I would never have thought that she sounded like that. Or, you a lot of the same people in the same industry groups on Facebook, and, you would then hear their voice. I'm like, oh my God, there was one lady, she spoke, and I thought, oh my God, she's putting me, her voice was amazing. So it's just really nice to then connect that as well, and just get on that more, just building relationships, really, just getting on that more emotional level.
Brilliant. Well, we look forward to seeing more beauty professionals and nail techs on Clubhouse. It is available by the App Store, but only available on iPhone at the moment. And like we said, it's still in its early stages, but definitely worth getting into the club if you can. And because we're sure this is going to be a social networking app that's really going to start making a little bit of a difference and be of use to, like you said, business to business.
I think so. I think it already has. So many people have grown and just knowledge, taking in all that knowledge, industry experts and from like-minded women in the industry, really, and men, of course, in the industry, and just, hopefully getting that for when they do finally get back into their salons. So
brilliant. Well, thank you very much for giving us that insight today, Layla, and we'll see you on Clubhouse soon.
Oh, thank you, Helena. Take care. Thank you, everybody. Bye.